Hare Krishna devotees, please accept my humble obeisances. All goes Sri Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. Uh, second, yeah, we'll offer with prayers and we'll start. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Namam Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namane Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश तारिणी जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद जय अद्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंद जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद जय अद्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंदम जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद जय अद्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंदम. So I'll share my screen. Okay, we're in Sakshi Gopal pastime. The context I'll briefly mention so we can all recollect. Essentially, there is a older Brahmana, there is a younger Brahmana. They both went on pilgrimage. We'll later find out that both are pure devotees. And younger Brahmana was nicely serving the older Brahmana. So during the pilgrimage, so because of the wonderful service of the younger Brahmana, the older Brahmana was very appreciative of the service and became very grateful for his service, and he wanted to offer his daughter in marriage to the young Brahmana. So, however, the young Brahmana was hesitating that why your status and my status is different. You're very aristocratic, I'm very poor, like that. And then yeah, and then he's mentioned that I'm not educated, you're all well educated. Remember Krishna and Rukmini pastime. Rukmini's father wanted to give in marriage Rukmini to Krishna, but still the elder brother of Rukmini did not agree. So similarly, it may not be appropriate for you to offer your daughter in marriage to me, like that he said. So, but then older Brahman said, no, 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 she's my property. My daughter is my property. I will give her in marriage to you, like that he said. Then the younger Brahman is asking him like this. Let's go to text 33. If anybody would like to read, you can let me know. You can raise your hand. Chota Vipra Bale Takura Tumi Mora Sakshi Toma Sakshi Bolai Mu Yadi Anyata Dekhi. Someone would like to read next. Otherwise, I can read few verses and then others can read also. Okay, I'll read few verses. Then the younger Brahmana addressed the deity, saying, my dear Lord, you are my witness. I shall call for you to testify if it is necessary later on. So, somebody may think, why is the younger Brahmana so adamant, making sure that he promised before the deity? And why is he saying Gopal is a witness like that? So, our acharyas explain that both the younger Brahmana and older Brahmana, remember, both are pure devotees. So, they both have the good intention to keep the promise. So, devotees want to maintain the dharma always as much as possible. So, that is why this younger Brahmana wants to ask Lord as witness. So, that way, the older Brahmana and younger Brahmana both keep the promise nicely like that. That means follow the dharma nicely like that. Initially, he told he was not attached to marry his daughter. Initially, he said, I don't need to, it may be wrong match between both of us families. But still, elder Brahmana did not agree. That is why he's asking the Lord for the witness like that. Going to text number 34. Etabali dui jane chalila de sere Guru buddhya chota vipra bahu seva kare After these talks, the two Brahmanas started for home. As usual, the young Brahmana accompanied the elderly Brahmana as if the older Brahmana were a guru, spiritual master, and rendered him service in various ways. So, another nice lesson to learn here. So, some of you might have heard this before from me that respect is given always in all Vaishnava relationships. Every Vaishnava respects every other Jiva very, very nicely. So it can be somebody is a non-devotee, will still we respect. Somebody is older than us, we respect. Somebody is a Brahmana, we respect. Somebody has a position, we respect. Somebody is knowledgeable, we respect. Somebody has somebody is a Vaishnava, we offer the topmost respect like that. That's why we say Hare Krishna Prabhu like that, right? Hare Krishna Prabhu, Hare Krishna Mataji like that. That is, we are coming from a place of respect like that. So here, younger Brahmana, because elder Brahmana is older to him, so he is offering respect as if like his guru even. So much service is doing personally like that. So that is a cultivation we all need to practice. Even I'm also practicing. We can all practice. Usually I don't want to serve, but I think, okay, if I serve, Krishna will be pleased. If I serve these devotees, my Guru Maharaj will be pleased. Like that we can think and we try to serve. So whatever, our motive is not to, how can I enjoy? How can I get something from this person? That should not be our engagement model with relationships. We should always think, how can I serve him? Even if it will be something simple. Oh, I know they're struggling in their life. Let me pray for them like that. They don't need to know also. We can serve them by prayers also like that. So like that, always service mode. So this is a nice quality this younger Brahmana has to serve this elder Brahmana. Going to text 35. देशे आसी दुई जने गेला निजा घरे कथा दिने बड़ा विप्रा चिंतिता अंतरे. After returning to Vidyanagara, each Brahmana went to his respective home. After some time, the elderly Brahmana became very anxious. Why? Because he has given a word. So Vaishnavas always want to keep their word. So let's go to text number 36. Tede vipre vakya dilun kemate satyahaya Sri putra gnati bandhu janibe nishaya. He began to think. Who began to think? The elder Brahmana began to think. I have given my word to a Brahmana in a holy place. And what I promised will certainly come to pass. I must now disclose this to my wife, sons, other relatives, and friends. This is a sign of responsible person. Whenever we give a word to someone, we need to make sure, first of all, we'll remember that. If you usually don't remember, we need to write it down and keep reminder on the phone, whatever we need to do. First of all, we need to remember. And then we do our best to fulfill the promise that we gave to others. Similarly, in Vaishnava relationships, or whenever we accept any service, we keep the commitments like that as much as possible, of course. There will be emergencies in life, that's absolutely okay. Yeah, but generally. So this is good. So that's what he is describing here. So he is thinking, how do I make my promise reality like that? He is thinking now. Going to know text number 37. Ekadina nijaloka ekatra karila tasabara age sabha vrittanta kahila. Thus one day, the elderly Brahmana called for a meeting of all his relatives and friends. And before them all, he narrated what had taken place in front of Gopala. Now he's personally disclosing this to family members, what has happened, how he gave the promise like that. That's what he's going to tell. Yeah, if somebody would like to read, they can raise your hand or open. Yeah. So let me read the next one. Suni sabha goshti tara kare haha aiche baat muke tumi na anibe ara.
Can I
Yeah.
read, Prabhu?
Yeah. Good, Mate. Yeah.
When those who belonged to the family circle heard the narration of the old Brahmana, They made exclamation showing their disappointment. They all required that he not make such a proposal again.
They all requested, yeah, that is not, this proposal is not good, marriage proposal like that. This is important. We can look at it from both directions. Generally, marriages are not only made, arranged marriages, the way parents look for matches for children is not only based on how the boys earning some money or not, boys good qualities or not, but many other criteria they have, like is the boy of the same status, boy is in the same caste or not, boys in even within the Brahmana caste there are different gradations in India. So generally people look at all those aspects. That is why His Grace Radheshyam Prabhu tells youth when he gives classes to the youth that when you're in college days, don't try to find a partner by yourself without thinking. And then even if you find a partner, don't go to such a level that you give commitment. I'm going to marry you like that. So wait, because marriage is not a simple thing. Parents will have a lot of expectations like that. So that's what we are seeing here. The family of the old Brahmana has other expectations for their daughter to marry what kind of person like that. That's why they're not happy. They showed a disappointment like that. Now text number 39. Niche kanya dile kula yabe ka nasa sunina sakala loka karibe upahasa.
They unanimously agreed
Unanimously.
if
Unanimously.
They unanimously agreed if you offer your daughter to a degraded family, your aristocracy will be lost. When people hear of this, they will make jokes and laugh at you.
Yeah. So there are two aspects they're talking about. One aspect is their aristocracy is so great, whereas the young Brahmana aristocracy is not so great. Number one, that's what they're talking about. Number two, they're worried what will society people think? How will society people look at us if we do marry like that? So those are two angles of vision they have, the family members of the older Brahmana. Text number 40. Viprabale ತೀರ್ಥವಾಕ್ಯ ಕೇಮನೆ ಕರಿ ಆನ ಏ ಹೌಕ್ ಸೇ ಹೌಕ ಆಮಿ ದಿಬ ಕನ್ಯಾದಾನ.
The elderly Brahmana said, "How can I undo the promise I made in a holy place while on pilgrimage? Whatever may happen, I must give him my daughter in charity."
Yeah. See, remember we discussed how elder Brahmana and younger Brahmana both are pure devotees. So that is why he's thinking carefully. I gave a promise in a holy place while on pilgrimage. How can I break that promise? Somehow I need to keep up with dharma. I need to maintain dharma. So I need to give my daughter in charity. Why is he saying daughter in charity when he's talking about marriage? Remember, marriage is also called as Kanya Danam. Marriage ceremony is the time when the Kanya daughter is given in charity to the her husband like that. That's why his daughter in charity like that is being described. So this is a following. Whenever we give a word, keeping the word is a Vedic culture. For example, even in Mahabharata times, even persons like Duryodhana kept their word. Forget about Yudhishthira Maharaj. Persons like Duryodhana kept their word. For example, one scenario His Grace Radheshyam Prabhu describes also that during the Mahabharata war, one time Bhishma Dev took a vow saying that these are the 5 arrows. Tomorrow I'm going to kill all the Pandavas with these 5 arrows like that. Then uh, Bhi- Duryodhana said to Bhishma Dev, let me keep them safely with me. Like that he kept it. But Krishna told that secret to Arjuna. And then Arjuna went and asked Duryodhana, remember when we were in Vanavasa, when we were in forest, that time Gandharvas defeated you pretty badly, arrested you, and I protected you from their hands. And that time you said, I will give you one benediction. I said, I will take it later on. So now this is the time. Please give me benediction like that. Then uh, Duryodhana didn't say, oh, I didn't say that at all that time. I don't remember what I said. He didn't say like that. He remembered, even though these 5 arrows are very important for Duryodhana, because he knows that Bhishmadev can kill Pandavas with these 5 arrows. But still, to keep the word, Duryodhana gave the arrows to Arjuna. So such was the Vedic culture like that. So that's why Elder Brahmana also wants to keep the dharma, keep up the dharma and keep the word like that. That's why he's thinking carefully. He's worried, anxious, like I described in previous slokas. Yeah, if someone else would like to read, you can raise your hand also. Nati loka kahe mora tomake chadiba. Stree putra kahe visha kaya mariba. Okay, Mona
The
Mataji.
uh, the re- I think this is the one, right?
The
The
relatives.
relatives unanimously said, "If you give your daughter to that boy, we shall give up all connection with you." Indeed, his wife and sons declared, "If such a thing happens, we shall take poison and die."
Wow, look at that. Yeah. Basically, the wife and sons said that uh, we will give up connection with you. Not only that, we'll die like that. That's the condition that they expressed. So now Brahmana is thinking, Viprabale Sakshi Bolana Karibe ka Nyaya Jiti Kanya Labe Mora Vyartha Dharma Haya.
The elderly Brahmana said, "If I do not give my daughter to the young Brahmana, he will call Sri Gopalji as a witness. Thus, he will take my daughter by force, and in that case, my religious principles will become meaningless."
Yeah. See, this elderly Brahmana we discussed is a pure devotee. So he has so much faith on deity, Gopalji also. That's why he's expressing that I need to keep my dharmic principle somehow or other. See, if I don't give the daughter also, Gopal will come as witness because they spoke before the promise was given before Gopal deity. So anyway, it will happen for sure, whether I voluntarily do it or otherwise Gopalji will make it happen. So better I voluntarily do it like that is considering. So this is another way our Sri Prabhupada also used to say. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu made the prediction that every town and village, my holy name will be chanted. So if we are part of it, we will also get some credit and will be an instrument of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mission, Sri Prabhupada's mission like that. But if you're not part of if you don't want to be part of it, somebody else will be part of the mission. But it will happen anyway, like that Sri Prabhupada used to say. Let's go into the next verse, text number 43. पुत्र बले प्रतिमा साक्षी सेह दूर देशे के तुम्हारा साक्षी दीबे चिंता करा किसे.
His son replied, "The deity may be a witness, but he is in a distant country. How can he come to bear witness against you? Why are you so anxious over this?"
Yeah, look at the contrast between the father and son. Father is father is convinced that whatever promise I give will come to happen for sure because deity is real for him. Because deity means is real Krishna only. But for the young son, he's atheistic. He didn't consider deity as a real Lord is there in the deity form like that. He's not considering. And also he's considering deity is far away. How can he come like that? But he's not understanding that Supreme Lord is there in the deity form. And if Supreme Lord wants, he can do anything. He can make anything happen. That is not able to understand. That's why he's expressing the atheistic views like that. Now, text number 44. Nahi kahi na kahyo e mitya vachana sabe kahibe mora kichu nahika smarana.
You do not have to flatly deny that you spoke such a thing. There is no need to make a false statement. Simply say that you don't remember what you said.
Hmm. So this young son, atheistic son, is trying to convince his father, saying that you don't need to make a false statement. That means you don't need to lie. But you just say, I don't remember. That's also lie only, right? So this is a way of this is the way material intelligence works. I'm not really lying, but I'm saying something else like that. So that is a material intelligence like that. Still, it is adharmic only. So now let's continue. तुमी यदि कहा आमी कुछुई ना जानी तबे आमी न्याय करी ब्राह्मणेरे जिनी.
If you simply say, I do not remember, I shall take care of the rest. By argument, I shall defeat the young Brahmana. Purport. The son of the elderly Brahmana was an atheist and a follower of Raghunatha Smriti. He was very expert in dealing with pounds, shillings, pence, but he was fool number one. Consequently, he did not believe in the spiritual position of the deity, nor did he have any faith in the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Therefore, as a typical idol worshipper, he considered the form of the Lord to be made of a stone or wood. Thus, he assured his father that the witness was only a stone deity and was not capable of speaking. Besides that, he assured his father that the deity was situated far away and consequently could not come to bear witness. In essence, he was saying, have no anxiety, you do not have to lie directly, but you speak like a diplomat, like King Yudhishthira, when he spoke to Dronacharya. Ashwatthama Hatha iti gaja. Following this principle, simply say that you do not remember anything and are completely unaware of the statements given by the Youth Brahmana. If you make the background like that, I shall know how to fill in the argument and defeat him by word jugglery. Thus, I shall save you from having to give your daughter to him. In this way, our aristocracy will be saved. You have nothing to worry about.
Thank you, Mataji.
Thank
So
you.
here we're seeing how this young Brahmana, the son of the older Brahmana, doesn't have any faith in the deity form of the Lord. So whenever we consider the deity form of the Lord like made of stone, marble only, we don't see that within the marble, within the stone, within the wood, Krishna is actually there. Then Krishna will reciprocate like that only. That means we can keep praying, but Krishna will not answer any prayers. But if you really have the faith that Krishna is in everything and Krishna can come in this deity form also. So when we have that faith that Krishna is non-different from this deity, then Krishna will also reciprocate like that. That's what we're going to see in the coming verses, where the younger Brahmana has so much faith that Krishna is the deity. So he understood that he can speak also like that. So like that,
Prabhuji,
yeah.
I have a question here. Is
Srimati.
taking this Ashwatthama Hatha Iti Gaja is taking this example right at this
Uh,
situation?
that's the second theme I wanted to cover. Yeah, we'll cover that also. Yes. So first principle I wanted to share was Etam Prapajante. How we regard Krishna, Krishna accordingly reciprocates with us. One level of that looking at it is, if I behave like Hiranyaksha and I'll say I want to fight with you as the Supreme Lord, then Krishna will give me fight. And if I behave like Prahlad Maharaj and I want to serve you, Krishna will allow me to serve like that. So similarly, deity form also, how we regard, he reciprocate accordingly. That is the first theme. Second theme, Mona Mataji nicely asked. So we might have knowledge of the scriptures, but we need to understand the context of what we are reading or hearing in the Shastra. Number one, context. Number two, like Mataji asked, how to apply that in our own life. That's also important. So, for example, the context here where Yudhishthira Maharaj did a lie was in Mahabharata war so that Dronacharya can be defeated. That was on the request of Lord Krishna personally himself. So, in that situation, Yudhishthira lying is actually service to Krishna in that situation. For what purpose? For the not to enjoy, so that Yudhishthira can get kingdom and he can enjoy. For the purpose of establishing a righteous, dharmic king, so that all the citizens will be happy and elevated to Krishna consciousness like that. With that higher purpose, Krishna asked him to lie at that time. And then King Yudhishthira lied like that. So if you don't understand that context and purpose and what is the lower principle, what is higher principle, we can misuse the Shastric principles like this, like that. So that is why it is important to read the Shastras under guidance of a spiritual master. That way, we can apply them in a proper context. Another example for this is using Shastra as a stick on others. That's the other thing we need to be careful about. We should not use Shastra as a stick to make what we want, to get what we want from others. Instead, we should use Shastra to encourage others, to help them have faith in Krishna, to help them faith and bhakti, like that. Yeah, does it make sense, Mati?
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Sure.
Hare Krishna.
Okay, Hare Krishna. Let us go next verse. एतसुनि विप्रेर चिंतिता हैल मन एकांत भावे चिंते विप्र गोपाल चरण.
When the elderly Brahmana heard this, his mind became very much agitated, feeling helpless. He simply turned his attention to the lotus feet of Gopala.
Yeah, see, this is another symptom of a pure devotee. Basically, when he felt agitated, oh my God, what to do now? My son is saying like this. Son is not allowing me to, my mother, my daughter, my wife and sons are not allowing me to keep the word, keep dharma, the word I gave before, the deity form of the Lord also. So how to do, what to do? When he's feeling helpless, then he turned towards Krishna. He turned towards lotus feet of Gopala. That's a sign of a pure devotee, or even practicing devotees. We do what we can in our hands to the best of our knowledge and capacity and intelligence. However, we take shelter of Krishna, understanding that everything is not in our hands. So that's another nice lesson we can learn as a devotees, practicing devotees. Text number 47. Mora dharma raksha paya namare nija jana dui raksha kara gopala lainu sarana.
The elderly Brahmana prayed, my dear Lord Gopala, I have taken shelter of your lotus feet, and therefore I request you to please protect my religious principles from disturbance and at the same time save my kinsmen from dying.
Wow, this is such a nice prayer. You see, this shows the faith of the elder Brahmana in Krishna. So, from his intelligence, he cannot figure out a solution for it. It's a do or die. Either uh, keep the word, so family will die, or not keep the word, and his dharma will go for a 6. He cannot maintain dharma. So that is the situation he is in. But he has a confidence on Krishna that Krishna can happen, make both of the things happen. For ordinary jiva like me, this is like 1 or 0 situation. But for Krishna, he can make both happen also if he wants. With that confidence, he's praying to Krishna, Gopala, please help me so that both can be. I don't want to, I want to keep my dharma, but I'm also want to make sure my family doesn't die. So please help me. Like that, he's praying like that. So text 48. E matta viprachite chintite lagila. Aradina lagu vipra tanra gare aila.
The next day, the elderly Brahmana was thinking deeply about this matter when the young Brahmana came to his house.
Yeah. So that this will going into another turning point. Is already 7:59. So maybe, yeah, maybe we can go one more verse. Text 49. Asina parama bhakte namaskara kari vinay karina kahe karadui yudi.
The young Brahmana came to him and offered respectful obeisances. Then very humbly folding his hands, he spoke as follows.
Yeah. So younger Brahmana came to the elder Brahmana and offered his obeisances. So that's a natural Vaishnava etiquette. When you go to elders, we pay obeisances. And then he humbly, you noticed, he didn't proudly ask, you said you're going to give my daughter in marriage. Not like that. He humbly, folding his hands, he started speaking like that. Yeah. So we'll pause here. We'll continue from 50 verse tomorrow. Anybody has any other comments or questions before we end? If not, we can continue tomorrow. Okay. Thank you so much, devotees. Sri Chaitanya Chaitamrita ki jai. Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami ki jai. Sri Prabhupada ki jai. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kupa sindhubhyevacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Thank you, devotees. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare
Thank
Krishna.
you.